Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought they were simply born with confidence? That they woke up one day knowing exactly what to do? That winners never doubted themselves, never felt fear, never questioned whether they were good enough? The truth is far different. Every champion, every entrepreneur, every leader, every person who has achieved something extraordinary started their journey with emotions that most people spend their lives trying to avoid. The difference isn't that winners don't experience these emotions. The difference is that they refuse to let those emotions control their future. Today, you're about to discover the 3 emotions every winner experiences before success arrives. Once you truly understand them, you'll stop running from your emotions, and you'll start using them as the fuel that drives your success. So stay with me until the very end, because the final emotion is the one that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. The first emotion is fear, not excitement, not confidence. Fear. Fear of failing, fear of rejection, fear of criticism, fear of making mistakes, fear of losing everything, fear of looking foolish. Fear whispers quietly into your mind. What if this doesn't work? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm simply not good enough? Sound familiar? It should. Because every successful person you've ever admired has heard those exact same questions. The difference is they didn't wait until fear disappeared. They chose to move forward anyway. Think about that for a moment. If fear disappeared before action, everyone would become successful. Everyone would start the business. Everyone would chase their dream. Everyone would write the book. Everyone would stand on the stage. But life doesn't work that way. Confidence is not the beginning of success. Confidence is the reward for taking action. Fear exists because your brain is designed to protect you from uncertainty. It wants to keep you comfortable. It wants to keep you safe. But comfort has never created greatness. Imagine standing at the edge of an airplane preparing for your first skydive. Your heart pounds. Your hands tremble. Your mind screams, "Don't jump!" Everything inside you wants to stay where you are. Yet the moment you jump, the fear begins to disappear. The same thing happens in life. The hardest step is always the first one. The biggest opportunities almost always exist on the other side of fear. Every winner eventually discovers one life-changing truth. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a signal that you're stepping into something bigger than you've ever experienced before. So don't ask yourself, am I afraid? Instead ask, will I allow fear to decide my future? Now comes the second emotion, an emotion responsible for destroying millions of dreams every single year. Self-doubt. That quiet voice inside your head saying, maybe someone else could do this better. Maybe I'm too late. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not talented enough. Maybe success isn't meant for me. Here's something most people never realize. Even the world's greatest performers still experience self-doubt. The greatest athletes, the greatest entrepreneurs, the greatest actors, the greatest scientists, the greatest authors, they all question themselves because every new level comes with uncertainty. Self-doubt isn't evidence that you're incapable. It's evidence that you're attempting something meaningful. People who never doubt themselves usually never challenge themselves. They stay inside their comfort zone. They avoid taking risks. They avoid failure. But they also avoid greatness. Winners understand a simple but powerful truth. Your feelings are not facts. Just because your mind says, I can't, doesn't mean it's true. Imagine climbing a mountain. Halfway to the top, your legs burn. Your breathing becomes heavy. Your body wants to quit. Your mind whispers, turn back. But if you obey every uncomfortable thought, you'll never see the view waiting at the top. That's why winners replace doubt with action. Not giant action, small action. One phone call, one workout, one page, one chapter, one business idea, one conversation, one application, one attempt. Every small victory sends your brain a new message. I can do this. Little by little, confidence begins replacing doubt. Always remember this. You don't need confidence before you begin. You build confidence because you begin. And finally, we arrive at the emotion that separates winners from everyone else. Hope. Not wishful thinking. Not empty optimism. Real hope. Hope is the quiet belief that tomorrow can become better than today, even when life says otherwise. Even when everyone else gives up. Even after failure. Even after disappointment. Even after rejection. Hope quietly whispers, try one more time. Hope keeps entrepreneurs building after bankruptcy. Hope keeps athletes training after defeat. Hope keeps students studying after failure. Hope keeps dreamers believing when nobody else believes in them. Without hope, fear wins. Without hope, self-doubt wins. Hope gives people the strength to keep moving long enough for success to finally arrive. Every great invention began with hope. Every successful company began with hope. Every inspiring story began with hope. Someone hoped they could change their life. Someone hoped they could build something meaningful. Someone hoped they could create a better future for the people they loved. Hope creates persistence. Persistence creates progress. Progress creates confidence. Confidence creates success. That's why hope is one of the most powerful emotions a human being can possess. It keeps you alive when everything else tells you to quit. Now think about your own life. Maybe you've been feeling afraid. Maybe you've been doubting yourself. Maybe you've wondered whether your dream is even possible. If that's true, then congratulations. You're experiencing exactly what every winner experiences before success. Those emotions are not proof that you're failing. They're proof that you're growing. Fear means you're stepping into something bigger. Self-doubt means you're leaving your comfort zone. Hope means your story is still being written. Every successful person once stood exactly where you stand today. The only difference, they refused to stop. They kept moving when it was uncomfortable. They kept believing when nobody else did. They kept trying after failure. They kept showing up when success seemed impossible. Years from now, you'll either remember today as the day you chose courage or the day you allowed fear to write your story. The choice has always been yours. Take one step today, one action, one decision, one commitment, because winners are never born, they are built. One choice, one challenge, one brave decision at a time. Your emotions do not determine your destiny. Your decisions do. So start today, start now, because the future you've been waiting for is waiting for the version of you that refuses to give up.